talking, I don't sweat that. If they don't trust me either, I respect that. But she need down the ride, oh, I bet that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that. Don't forget that, don't forget that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that. Don't forget that, don't forget that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is JH. How y'all doing, Postal family? Is everybody good? Is everybody cool? Are you clean, crisp? Are you feeling irie today? Let us talk, let us talk, let us talk. So, in case you didn't know, I do have some family that work in the post office, and I have some family that works a little bit higher up in the post office. That's not how I got into the post office. Don't start your shit. But I got some information. Now, I don't know how accurate this information is, but I felt like it was information that should be shared just in case. Because 99% of the information that I share with you guys, it typically comes to pass anyway. Not the opinions, but the information. The information I share is real when I get it. This one, I haven't done full research on it because I don't have that in to the top. But what I'm gathering, and I don't really want to go into too much what the notations are, is that some people's worst nightmares are about to come true. And I thought it was going to only be for the new people. I thought it was only going to be for the motor vehicle craft, but that's not the case because I asked a few more questions. So we do realize that we've been talking about Mr. DeJoy finding different ways to basically push people out indirectly, right? Right. And we spoke about this months ago that he was going to find different methods, right? Right. So I know that one method that they were using to get rid of the people that were older was this whole new healthcare system, right? That they're going to be implementing in 2025, which is forcing people to say, you know what, 2024 is going to be, the end of 2024 is going to be the year that I retire. So I know for a fact we got about 6 or 7 drivers that are going to be retiring before that date because they want to keep the old healthcare thing that they're already on. You retire with it. They can't just change it over after you retire. So that's how they're going to get them to get out and say, you know what? I'm not going to chance this new healthcare system. I'm going to stick with what I know. And that's what's going to happen. Well, that is one method that he's utilizing. Now, I'm not saying that's a method that he's specifically using to push them out, but it seems that way. But here's a new thing. You guys remember that we used to have to take drug tests? Well, I know that I still have to take a drug test because transportation does. Oh, yeah. Ears up now, right? Well, here we go. They stopped giving drug tests to people right before right around when the coronavirus started. That was it. There were no more piss tests. And I used to talk about it and people were happy. Well, here we go. Federal job. They are planning to bring it back. Now, am I 100% sure? No. But it's in the wind. And everything I've told you so far has come to pass. And does this mean for the new people? Yes, for the new people. And for the people that work there. Now, that doesn't mean they're just going to walk up on you and say, hey, random drug test. No. But for the people that get injured on the job, that's something that as truck drivers, we got to do. Get into an injury, when you get into an accident, we got to go take a drug test. It's part of federal DOT guidelines. Yeah. And being that you are federal workers, you kind of put yourself in that position where you will be forced. If you get into an injury on the job, they're paying a lot of money. Think about it. They're paying a lot of money to people for injuries. Somebody gets injured on the job. oh man, I was in the forklift and fell off, and they gonna start checking, not only for drugs, but for alcohol. I think that's good though, because I don't like to see people on forklifts that have been drinking all day and then zipping around the dock. That's just my opinion. I mean, am I wrong? Y'all probably sitting there like, damn, Jay, you done changed. No, I've always been this way because my kids work in the facilities, man. Think about that. If your child worked in a facility, matter of fact, forget your own family. There's a lady up in New York, and she was crushed. A lady been around for a long time, crushed by a forklift. And then the post office is fighting not to have to pay out these things because, and it was a sad situation. It's an older lady, but the person that was driving the forklift was in the dead wrong. So wouldn't you want the safest person to be on a 9,000 pound piece of machinery, not intoxicated with alcohol or, high? I mean, that's part of the job. And if that's a requirement that comes out, I'm sure that if the Joy has this in his head, that is one of the main reasons they can get rid of somebody, because that's on the first initial page. That's on the first initial page when you apply. It's on the website. Look it up. The drug testing thing. Yeah, they serious about that. Now, does that mean for all of you that participate, for you to stop? I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you to look out. Because if it randomly pops up, like everything else is randomly popped up, like I've been telling you, don't be surprised, man. Don't be surprised. I just pass on information. Again, I'm not 100% sure, but I got a good idea that they are, man, and do you know how many people be affected? Because like I said, randoms, truck drivers get randoms. We go and they'll let you know. They pull out these papers and they stick them on the, hey, Jay, hey, Jim, hey, Eddie, need you to go stop doing what you're doing, go down to the place, go get a breathalyzer, and you have 2 hours to do it, breathalyzer and a piss test. And you have to. And I don't care how much synthetic stuff that people come up with, it ain't gonna cut it. These are federal drug tests. They have little barcodes and scanner things if you've never done one. They serious about it. You know who else gotta take drug tests? UPS. The ones that we want to get their money. Remember them? Yeah. Remember them? Yeah. So don't say that they're just targeting us. No, you are federal workers, so it should be expected. And because it stopped in 2019, here we are just 4 years later. If you don't be surprised in 2024 when something else pops up to try to deter people or to get rid of. Look, I don't sugarcoat much. I don't have that, that I barely drink alcohol myself, and I don't touch any, anything else. So it's not nothing that I really have to be concerned about. I know a lot of people that do. So I'm just simply saying to you, keep your eyes out. And if it happens, I don't know if the union can protect that, because it's kind of in the guidelines. It's all in the postal manual. So you got to kind of make your decisions and your choices. You can walk around with a bag of piss all the time if you want to, but I don't think that's the most sanitary thing to do. So just, kind of beware. Figured I'd just share this, not to scare anybody, but give you guys a heads up. Drugs and alcohol. It's, my opinion? Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I don't want the drunkard on the damn forklift or riding a tow motor behind the wheel of a LLV, or it happens too much. You know how we know it happens? Because the president of the National Association of Letter Carriers got caught driving a postal vehicle drunk. That's how we know what happens. Yeah, that part. So somebody's action creates a reaction. For every action is a reaction. And there's in science or something like that. You ain't the brightest cookie. No, not the sharpest drawer in the knife. No, it is not the sharpest sun in the stool, right? No, none of that works. Y'all know I'm just being silly. But don't get upset. Once I find some more information about this out, I'll try to pass it on. But it's a heads up for you. Truck drivers go through it already. And I know you're gonna read some of these comments and truck drivers gonna be like, about goddamn time. And then you're gonna have a lot of people in the comments upset. Again, don't be upset with me. I don't make these rules. I just get the insight and it trickles down and just pass it on. And again, I couldn't find any more information out about it. But like I said, 99% of the time, this stuff does come to pass. All right. So this is JH. Hey, they call me Grandpa because, what does this say? Because partner in crime makes me sound like a bad influence. I'm out.
Unexpected expenses stressing you out? Get the money you need now with Loans for Feds, a program designed specifically for federal employees. Bad credit is not a problem. Application is fast and easy with same-day approvals. Apply now.